There's no doubt about it. There are two groups of people without whom we cannot do this program. You, of course, the listener. You make it go round. You're the ones who supply the music for us, and that's why we're in business here. But without our wonderful sponsors, we can't even do that. So we want to take our hat off, a shout-out to our sponsors, one of whom is with me right now, Tom Youngquist. You hear him on the air here during this show and elsewhere on KLBB. Tom is from Timely Expressions, my friend. Thank you for coming by again, Tom.
It's great to be here and talking with you.
Were you up a tree this morning?
I was way up a tree.
Literally? I mean, were you?
Literally, I was up a tree.
Where were you down up a tree?
Well, I tell you what.
Branch office.
I was branch office, okay. Yeah. I was leafing out. I was
turning over, okay.
Turning over a whole new leaf, something like that. But yeah, my wife wanted to have a different kind of tree, so she's been gone for about 3 weeks down being a grandma. And because of that, I decided to take the tree down for her and put up the one that she wants. So
she'll come back and say, Tom, you took down the wrong tree.
That's probably what she'll tell me. That's usually the way it works.
Tommy, let's talk about your company. It's wonderful. We love to hear your spots here on the air. They really connect with people. You really have a wonderful product. First of all, Timely Expressions. Tell us what your product is once again.
Okay, Timely Expressions, what we do is embroidery, but just not any old embroidery. Well, we will do any old embroidery if that's what you want done, but we kind of specialize in gift type, one of a kinds. We do the put your name on it. The main product that we have is baby blankets for your granddaughter, your grandson that was just born, your nephews, nieces, and the reason that we call ourselves Timely Expressions is that literally most of the time, I don't do it every time, but most of the time we get our blankets out within 24 hours of you putting in the order. So I have had situations where we've had a grandma call from the hospital, just had their baby boy born, a grandson, and by the time they get home from the hospital, there's a blanket sitting there waiting for with the baby's name on it, the date the baby was born, their weight, and you want to know something? Those are going to last them a whole lifetime.
You move at the speed of greased lightning, Tom, don't you? Wow, man, flash. Well, okay, weddings, baby gifts, wonderful things, but what beyond that? I'm sure.
Well, beyond that, we're just kind of opening up something new here for us. We've just found one of the things we like to look is looking for good product. We don't like to just send out any kind of a blanket or whatever. We found ourselves some really good stadium blankets. Now, I know here in Minnesota, stadium blankets, why would you want a blanket when you're out on a football field in the middle of December, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Can I take a wild guess?
Yeah, take a wild guess. But
Stay warm.
Stay warm. And then later on, we're going to be getting into those ice arenas for the hockey. And I don't know about you, but I haven't seen a warm hockey arena yet.
That's an oxymoron.
It's an oxymoron, yeah. So what we can do, and here's the cool thing on that one, you can put your kid's name on it. I'm going to make up a name like Youngquist. I don't know if I just made that up out of the air.
Sounds Scandinavian to me.
Scandinavian, as they say. Yep. But Youngquist, and then let's say he's playing basketball, so you put a basketball or a hockey thing in there, and then if it's a sport that has the numbers, put his number. Now you're sitting there in the stands, and right on your lap, you're advertising who's your kid out there. And besides that, it's keeping you warm.
Heck of an idea. Holidays are coming, Tom Youngquist. What do you have for us?
Holidays? Really? Are we already coming up to that?
Well, I think Valentine's Day and Easter are just
around there.
Wait a minute. No,
there's another one before that. Yeah. Well, that's another area here. Some of the people have told me, well, I don't have any any babies being born. Well, you've got these kids that you need to give them some gifts. How about a nice blanket that maybe they could take back to college? They could take it to their sport item, do whatever there, get their name on it, and it'll keep them warm. And whatever they put them over there, they're going to remember you and who it was that got it. So maybe it's grandma, maybe it's mom and dad, maybe it's uncle and aunt, or maybe it's just a friend that you need to make sure that that certain someone doesn't forget you when you're a little bit away from them.
Okay.
And you can't keep them warm, but the blanket might.
Oh, I want to ask you, a lot of business people, how about business logos? Can you put those on?
Just on Monday, here's a real life example. Monday, I get a call at 9 o'clock at night. CEO of this company says, hey, I've got a bowling tournament coming up on Thursday. And I've got 7 people that are going to be on my team. What can you do about putting our company logo on the back of our bowling shirts? This is Monday night at 9 o'clock. He came by with the shirts, and he picked them up on Wednesday morning. Wow. So we can do that. And we've got in other companies, we do shirts, we do anything that you might want to embroider on that.
My goodness, turnaround time. You give it a whole new meaning, don't you? Like, wow, lightning. Okay, also, some folks are still averse to computers, getting online, checking you out there.
Come who?
Come what? Online? What? How can they reach you apart from?
Well, timelyexpressions.com, which is where a lot of the people want to go. But if you don't want to, 612-414-3674. And
Sounds
if you
like a telephone number.
That thing, you do that little rotary thing. It goes click, 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 click. Yep.
Got one on the wall where you crank it.
Yeah. I
Hello,
started
Bessie,
out with
the operator. Put me through.
That's the way I started, Stan.
Okay, all right, buddy. I believe it. Anything else you want to add before we...
Well, I just that's about it for that. Listen to my ads, and you can get that number. I keep that number on there for those people who don't want to get onto the computer.
You are a contributor to our music list, and you have a lot of background information you share with us, too, about the artist. Might you have a song request and dedication, Tom Youngquist?
Well, I just so happened to bring one in my back pocket.
All right.
I was way up there in the tree this morning, and, coming in a little bit ago, you guys were playing a piece from John Denver.
Oh, yes.
And John Denver wrote I don't know if he wrote it, but he sings one called Rocky Mountain High, and I remember riding my bicycle through the Rocky Mountains, and it was beautiful. Well, when I was up there 45 feet above the ground cutting that tree, and just down the street I saw another guy, he was cutting his tree. I said, here's a dedication to all those guys that have to get off the street way up into the top of the trees, and they're cutting their trees. We don't have the Rocky Mountains, we've got the Minnesota Tree High. So Rocky Mountain High by John Denver.
For all of you out there on a limb. Thank you, Tom.